Okay, cool. Hey, we're good. We're live. Welcome, everybody. If you have ever wondered how to build a financial application fast, be able to scale, you're kind of at the right place because we have some people here that have done that and they're going to share their most inner secrets. A little bit of housekeeping. There are some question box. So if you have any questions, pop them in there. We'll get them later. After this, we'll send you so that you can, reach us, emails, stuff like that, and of course the presentation as well. Uh, I think this is going to take, I don't know, 40, 45 minutes, something like that. Then we'll do a little bit of a Q&A. And if you have really smart questions, formulate them in such a way so that we can kind of dip our toe a bit, and then, we can have a follow-up call whenever you feel like it. That's it. Let me introduce the people we have here. And let's see, who do we start with? Let's start with Cyril. Cyril, product officer, you're the head of that. Tell me about yourself. Who are you? Why are you here?
Great, thank you. So I'm Cyril, currently the Chief Product Officer of Metro Cable Vult. And like you mentioned, I'm just a product guy. So I have my experience started in banking industry and graduated now to the fintech industry. I noticed there's a lot more things happening in the fintech industry. So when the opportunity came, it was an opportunity to grab. So that's why I'm here and leading the product world.
Perfect. Very glad to have you. Ahmed, you're up. Why are you here?
Hello, I'm here basically to talk about Velmie and the partnership between Velmie and Volt.
That's very nice of you.
I come from a background.
Thanks for that. Yeah.
I come from a background of solar, where we did a pay-as-you-go model. It has to do with finance as well. So, and then I moved to Volt into the fintech space.
Okay, cool. Julia,
Yeah.
you're up.
Yeah, I'm here as well to talk actually about the Velmie, yeah. Well, I'm on behalf of Velmie, yeah, and what we do and what I do personally. Well, I deal with the needs and of basically our kind of partners, clients, and Velmie is one of them. And in order to make sure, let's say, from the idea to the product launch, I'm there. And today we're going to share the insights how to actually make things happen. So that's basically where I stand.
Cool. So it's going to be some secret sauce recipes later down the line.
That's
but good.
Everything's legal. Everything's legal. So yeah.
Okay, cool. And just so everybody knows, so my name is Carl-Johan Larsson, and I am, well, I guess I'm your secretary today. So we're off. How do we start this? Let's start like this. Cyril, you do product. So Metro Cable Vult, let's start there. Like, what is this?
Okay. So to start with, let's start with the Metro Cable model, right? So Metro Cable, an open access infrastructure, a fiber infrastructure, and pretty much we provide high-speed internet, access to internet to licensed operators. That includes our ISPs and our mobile operators. So we actually give full-fledged internet access, fiber broadband. Before now, it was pretty difficult. Well, before Metro Cable came into the picture, internet was pretty expensive here in this side of the world, in Sierra Leone, and getting dedicated internet to yourself or by yourself at your house or office locations was a dream, and it's going to cost an arm and a leg. However, with the introduction of Metro Cable, everything was, everything was done in a way and manner that it is affordable to the last mile, to the last individual. So if Metro Cable has solved the internet problem, then the team thought it fit to look into another opportunity. Now people have easy access to internet. Then what's next? Let's make something financially available for them. So that is how Volt was born as a financial product under the same umbrella.
Okay, cool. Should we let then Ahmed do, the Volt part so we share a little bit? Cool.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Vault is not just an app. Vault is a secure and convenient solution for online transaction, money transfer, and bill payments in Sierra Leone.
Cool. What do you do with it? Like, why do people have it?
So if you want to send money abroad or if you want to receive money from families abroad, you can easily receive it. If you want to transfer money within your wallet to multiple bank accounts, you can do that easily. If you want to transfer money and receive money between multiple mobile money operators, you can do that as well. So it's taking the whole financial ecosystem and putting it in the palm of your hands.
Okay, so kind of Swiss Army knife of financial apps.
Absolutely.
Correct.
Okay, so here's a slogan you can use, and I'm not going to charge you for this. Everyone who's using our app is like MacGyver, like solves everything.
Okay.
Okay, cool. I mean, you operate in Sierra Leone. I can assume that not everyone from our audience is from that part of the world. So for them to kind of understand the whole journey, what's the, call it the challenges, the opportunities, like what's special with your part of the world?
Sure. So the challenges are basically there are quite a few actually, but to focus on most of the challenges is we're talking about low bank access, and also there's so much heavy reliance on cash, and also there is like fragmented financial channels. So for example, banks are far away from the city, and also mobile money they exist, but they're not fully integrated with the banks. And most people who relied on cash, there was like, which meant like a long queues, travel risk from the rural areas into the city, and even moments where you couldn't withdraw money during to shortages and queues and getting to the banks late. So, and there was also like a trust issue. People didn't feel like banking worked for them. So they kept the money in their home or they kept it in like informal groups and society groups and stuff. So even if someone wanted to go financial, the infrastructure simply did not allow them to participate.
Okay, okay, get it. So what do we then have? Okay, we got the story, Metro Volt. Now we have the problems. Now we know why you're needed in the market. Now you clearly solved the issue. I mean, you're huge. But what was, when you were at that point looking at the market, how did you see it? What was the, the vision you had to fix this?
Okay. So my colleague Ahmed just gave a brief insight on the problems that we're currently having, right? Heavily reliant on cash. It's a country of just about 8 million people, and over 75% of our adults are unbanked, right? So even those that have access to financial systems are struggling to do their transactions. So in this side of the world, it's a lot more mobile money dominated, because people are finding it difficult to get access to bank accounts because of all the heavy requirements, KYC requirements, documentations, and this kind of things. They tend to rely on mobile money transactions. They tend to do their transactions easily. So Ahmed also rightly mentioned that it was fragmented. Banks are doing their things, mobile money are doing their things, everyone doing their own thing as and how they feel. So with Vault, we try to solve that. We know it's a cash-heavy economy. We know a lot of people are unbanked. Then what can we do with it? So we try to put everything together in a single super app. So with Vault, we interconnected all these mobile money rails, meaning customers can use the single Vault app to do their mobile money transactions, and customers could do their banking transactions, meaning you don't have to go through the hassle again of getting a physical bank account. You could actually get your account or link it directly, meaning you don't have to wait until the bank is opened, or you're not scared that the bank is closed. I can't have access to my funds anymore. You could move money in and out of that as easy as possible. So with all of that pain point, we saw it, and definitely it was something to be solved. And that is exactly what we want to explain now, solving that problem.
Okay. And did you want to do it all in once or
No, absolutely not.
iterations?
Absolutely not. So it's step by step. So, like I said earlier, it's mobile money dominated. So one of the first
Mm.
integrations we did with the Velmie team was getting the mobile money aspect solved because it's what they are comfortable with, right? And it has large number of users compared to users with bank accounts. So these are the first integrations we did connecting to the mobile money network, getting that deal. So we also
Mm.
partnered with a local company here in Sierra Leone and integrated the technology, integrated the system into Vault. Now it's easier now for customers to move money. You don't have to be worried that, oh, I'm just using this network, I can access that other network. So now it's unified. Whether you're here or there, you could all intertransact. So one step at a time, one problem at a time. When that was solved, we did the banks. It's an ongoing basis until we get all the banks on board. And yeah, so it's never all at once. So we're following a strict model that allows our customers to define on what we're building next.
Mm. Okay, cool. Julia, I mean, you've been around. You
Yeah,
have seen a lot of projects.
yeah. I've been there.
And like this project, when you look at it, it has like all the earmarks of a great project. You have people that have like a vision. We want to do X, Y, Z. You look at the market, you see that, yep, like it's right, it's a fit. What was this project like to start with?
Yeah, basically, I think it's important to highlight where we stand when it comes to Velmie and what we do, right? And then we can switch and shift to Velmie direction. So, well, first of all, we do tech, right? And we do something that probably like let's call it not vanilla project, but like something that haven't been within the market, and we can make it happen. I think the right word, we are tech partner, right? So we can step in, yeah, partnership. I think this is the best definition how we can support the idea and how we actually can again be there for you. And when it comes to Valmy, part like from everything, when it comes to this project, I think we didn't need to start from zero, right? Like because we already had the tech ready, and we just needed to play around with that, making sure that we understand the priorities, define the time frame to start onboarding first clients, and then to kind of reinvest that revenue into the roadmap and making sure that features and functionality is rolling. And that's what actually we've done. Right, we started small. We defined the prototype, the basic functionality, such as, for instance, opening accounts, performing different types of transfers, right? Mobile money, which is important for African market. And then we kept rolling. I think it took like from around 4 months in order to have the MVP. But when it comes to prototype, it was even sooner because, as I already mentioned, we didn't need to start from zero. We already got certain tech ready from our side, right? That we could reuse.
Yeah, that's actually interesting because you said there, well, we don't do vanilla projects.
That's right.
But I mean, we actually have a stack, so we could do vanilla projects all day long.
Yeah.
Why don't we do vanilla project?
Because we've got, again, capacity in order to step in and support you on the go with absolutely different types of development, right? So it's not that just you use the default functionality, right? It's more than we actually define what is not there, how you could make more money, let's put it this way, right? Like why the clients need to go with you. Well, when it comes to this specific project, of course, the need was there, right? The unbanked popularity was very high, and we could step in, support with our basic functionality, of course. But later on, more needs, the market shifts, and we still there for you, and meaning that we shift from vanilla to something extraordinary, right? Like from simple digital wallet to one-shot neobank solution.
Okay, cool. So basically what you're saying, and I know I'm cheating and kind of making you say it, but what you're saying is that if we gave the best engineers in the world access to our tech stack, they could still not do what we do because we've been doing this for decades.
That's right. Yeah, because
hey, now I
yes,
got it.
that's right. Apart from that, we are the tech partner. We are the advisor because we know things, right? We've been there for quite long, so we know, starting with the compliance, how to stick to the regulation, and into actually giving you the hint in terms of, again, the roadmap, and taking your hand and, again, guiding you within the direction that is going to bring, first of all, more clients, and secondly, high volume. So because that's why we're here, right? Yeah, that's
no,
right.
And that's actually kind of cool because, like, I still remember the first time there was a project and the PM called me, and the PM is not supposed to know anything about tech or finance. They're a PM that, like, their job is to steer things. And she told me that the client wants me to do this, but you can't do this in New York. And that kind of kicks you in the head and go like, okay. So experience that you can only get by doing stuff. And I mean, that phone call saved the client, I mean, it's a lot of money, like a lot.
Yeah, that's what we do. We first of all bring the volume and revenue, and second, of course, we save your budget, right? Again, to make sure that we can move smooth, and saving the budgets and, like, other things, right? So yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Right.
So let's do this. Cyril, Ahmed, this is really for both of you. Why did you want to partner with Velmie?
Because of me. Be honest, Cyril. Because of me, right? Guys. Just let's be honest, because I was there for you from the day one. That's why, right?
So I mean, it was a tough look, because starting a project like this here means you need the support, like you need the support from someone who has been there, who has done it, right? So if you do your research properly, a couple of names will pop up eventually. However, Velmi proved to be reputable and honestly views. And so when I was talking with our co-founder, and again, it was a question I asked, why Velmi? And they trust them, like a couple of reviews from partners that they've worked with. And like I mentioned earlier, you really want to do this with someone that has been there, done it. So because of that, it sells itself. It's not just some fancy institution listed out there, but we know what they've done. We've seen stories, success stories, not just in the European market. We've seen success stories with people that they've worked all around the world with. So why not us? Why not partner with them and see what they could do with our own goals? We preach it to them, then eventually they will be able to deliver it. And so far, they've proven faithful to us.
Glad to hear that.
Oh my God, that's very nice of you.
Yeah.
Julia, I'm sure they just want something from you. No, kidding, of course.
Thinking the budget, or what is it? Yeah, because
it's gotta be something. Okay, but because the people that are listening here, they are, at least that's how I see it. They have a vision. They want to build their thing, which will be, the next big thing in the world. There's a lot of small things in that journey that they might not think about yet, but it's really important. So let's bring a couple of those up. So first off, onboarding, we're onboarding you, you are onboarding us, collaboration process. And this is it's super important, very often overlooked, but how did that happen? Julia, can you, if you start that, and then we'll see where we land.
Okay, so you want just to give the hint how things started, right?
How would you do things?
Yeah, okay, well, as you just mentioned, in case if someone from the audience wants to build a neobank or digital bank, for instance, or a digital wallet, of course, it's important where we started with defining the basic needs, the roadmap, describing user stories, and kind of rolling within that direction. But usually it all starts with, again, high-level business analysis and making sure we concentrate and figure what are the key needs, because long-term, of course, it's something huge, extraordinary, but where we usually start, we are trying to understand the needs, the basic needs, how we could start onboarding the first clients. And that's how we actually did start with Velmie. Apart from that, since I think we already mentioned, we don't need to build it from zero, right? We don't need to build from scratch. We've got certain tech that could be reused, and we call it Velmie digital platform, like CBS with the digital wallet support, etc. So we as well try to align the functionality that is needed for a specific use case and what we've got out of the box, right?
Okay. So just so I get this right, you're saying here that if the clients say we want to do X first, and we see that X will take,
Yeah,
20 weeks, but we could do something in 2 weeks, we can recommend the other part so that they can show the board
that's
something in 2 weeks, and they're all heroes and getting promotions, and
That's right. We are agile and we're using a Scrum, so we can do things in parallel, and you got actually dedicated teams. So yeah, we can do anything, and of course we do define the time frame and the budgeting, and it's not something that let's say our clients, or let's say when it comes to this specific project, it's not that something is going to be figured on the way. We are trying to align as well, the budget and the time frame from the very beginning. So that's where we stand. And then we agile, we use Scrum, bi-weekly sprints, etc. If it's what is needed to be articulated at this current stage. But yeah, you got the dedicated team, and we make sure that we're there for you. We give you the reports, pretty straightforward and standard approach when it comes to the development.
Yeah. Okay. Let me just check the time here, because these things can take 2 hours if we're not careful, and then people start to fall asleep. No, I'm just kidding. It's interesting for everyone. No, it's 33. Okay, cool. We got time. So next step here will be basically, Julia's given you an overview on how to start and everything. So Cyril, Ahmed, do you want to add something here before we kind of move down the memory lane here?
She mentioned it. She's pretty much gone in depth as to how Velmie operates, and we explain our ideas. We deem it, we see it, we leave our ideas, right? We are in ground. We know what's happening. So the moment, it was easier for us to explain what we want. So the moment we do, and it's very easier for the Velmie team to listen and align with our goals. So because we have that kind of partnership, we see what we want, we recommend, we tweak our solutions. Things happen differently in different part of the world, right? So how they work here will be pretty much different, even though they have the core banking application, that kind of stuff. But we recommend what we want, how we want them implemented, and they've done a very good job in implementing it that way. That way, we've been able to serve our customers well.
Okay, cool. Now, this project moved fast. So here's two questions in one, and they kind of overlap. Oh, sorry, I got a note here. Let's see. There we go. First off, how come this project could move as fast as it did? Because when I look at the schedule, it's kind of fast. And then two, because normally fast also, challenges in a broad sense. So let's start there. First off, what allowed the project to be fast?
Okay, so it's obvious. Velmie have been in this business for a long time, so they have even though they have the ability to build from scratch. However, it's easier for them to pick from an already made solution, right? So the concept was they're not reinventing the wheel. So telling Velmie that we want to do a neobank, they could spin that up as quickly as possible because it's something they've done. They have all the concept, they have everything already done, right? So because of that, it's easier for us to move fast. Like the core banking application is already there. Secondly, we've pretty much been moving on an API basis, right? So even us this side, we're not inventing the wheel of trying to fix everything ourselves. We look for a couple of partners, couple of institutions that are already playing their own part. Take, for example, the mobile tele companies, the banks. We collect these APIs and we share these APIs with Velmie. Because they work very well with APIs, it makes it easier to just plug and play. So first, we're not again inventing the wheel. Second, all new products or most of the new products are actually just plug and play from API basis. And thirdly, we explain our goals clearly. They are ready to understand and they are ready to implement. So because we are that aligned, just over a year, we've seen this kind of explosion. It shows how fast and how great this partnership is.
Okay, cool. And we see this, and this is a global trend that even banks that have, license to do pretty much anything, when they want to go to market, they normally use, it can be a competitor or a partner or whatever, go to market fast. And then, when you prove your case, then you can spend like a year building out your own infrastructure or something. But of course, key is get to market as quickly as possible.
Yeah.
Challenges during development, like what was should we call it the hardest part or, complex? Julia, you want to start there?
Yeah, I'm gonna pick it up. So I think the biggest challenge is that we started the analysis and we didn't have, let's say, access to certain APIs, but already Cyril shared that we did get the access, on the go. And but I think like the biggest challenges was to kind of, put all the pieces together, card issuing vendors, bank partners, as well, again, already mentioned, mobile money vendors, USD, to introduce that functionality. And, each each API, it requires creating separate microservice. Of course, we're agile, it's easy, but it's kind of complex, to make sure that it all work together. What made it easy for us, because we already kind of flexible, our CBS is flexible, right? So we can kind of play around with that. But it was challenging since we didn't have, first of all, access to all the APIs. And, when it comes to that specific market, let's call API Sapura, right? And we need certain work to define how we're going to work with that and what kind of information might be required on top of that. So that was kind of challenging. Yeah, because again, the market itself is challenging. So everything around the documentation, access, speed, communication, I think that was kind of, putting some pressure on us when it comes to the development.
That's a big thing in many parts of the world. It is getting better.
Yeah.
I think we're going to have to live with that. So
for
anyone out there who wants to connect to whatever somewhere, don't think it's going to be an easy thing. It's going to take a while.
I think that's why we are building that, right? So that's the need, and that's why we are there. So yeah.
Okay, cool. Why don't we do this? Okay, we have the story. So we know why you wanted to do this. We know the market. We know what happened. Now build. Now launch. Now you're operational. You're huge. But the initial launch, when first the system was out there, what was the reaction?
Well, it was a sensational moment, right? Internally, we launched it around the start June 26th of 2024. Then we did a public launch on the 28th, and it was sensational, right? It was the first of its kind, and it's here to stay. So we had so many stakeholders involved. We had the chief minister who actually did the official launch of the project, and who displayed the app to the public, to be precise. We have the Minister of Communication. We had other players in the market, banks, MDs, mobile telcos. It was a great one, and the audience, we are really, really impressed. It's a pain that everyone has been going through. this fragmented kind of transactions or this heavy cash-based transactions. We're still not yet there as a country or as a product, to be really precise, but it's one step at a time. The moment they start seeing applications like ours, the people generally will tend to go digital. And it's only a matter of time before we could get majority of the country doing digital transactions. Why do we not doing it? We know, I mean, because no security, it was difficult, etc., etc. But now a project like Vault, it has started to build trust to the customers. They're now using it. More people are getting on board. I mean, the numbers shows, right? So it's not just built for the high end or top tier users. Even the local vendors right now, even day-to-day users are actually getting impressed with the app. They're using it, and it's getting comfortable for them. So yeah, it was a great launch, and the market impact, the numbers have shown. The Vault is not just any other app right now. It's your neobank, the first neobank in the country.
Yeah.
So we're happy for that.
How did it make you feel? I mean, you as like a person, as an individual, because you've been a part of this, and I mean, all of a sudden you've been part of something that brings real value to real people. What's that like?
Amazing, right? Unfortunately, I'm not that media person to get my face all around, but yeah, it's amazing because when people see that, oh, these are the pioneers of Vault, right? It's their idea. They brought this to life. Seeing that you're actually solving problems, it's so satisfying. You have customers calling and explaining the joy they have. Oh, I was struggling doing transactions, my card transactions or mobile money transactions. Then someone introduced me to Vault. You can imagine it's been the best thing that has ever happened to me. When you hear that you're part of something that solves the challenges of people, it really is satisfying. So it has been great.
Yeah.
Like you mentioned, I've been there since the start, and I could tell you it's one of the best projects I've been involved in my career.
Yeah. No, and I mean, I'm not that like close to the success as you are. So I mean, me and Julia normally take the back seat, so we never get the big applause. But it is a certain feeling when you know that you built something that people use, make their life easy. And I mean, if it's a financial app or a new pair of jeans, whatever it is, you're kind of helping. It's amazing. Okay, cool. So that's launch. Big success. Everyone got promoted. Since then, what have you done after the launch? What like milestones have been achieved?
Yes, I think I've been too much.
Definitely. A lot have happened quickly and rapidly, actually. Not only did we secure the Bank of Sierra Leone sandbox, which reflects regulatory trust, but we've also had more than 500,000 downloads in so far, which is 500,000, which is really good for a country of a population of about 8 million. We've had 15% growth on quarter-over-quarter, and we've had we've processed as of now, more than 50 million in transaction volume, and we've had about 50% quarter-on-quarter card application. Currently, we are the dominant, we issue cards on a month-to-month basis more than any bank in the country. So we are the players when it comes to card issuance.
So you're the leaders in the country when it comes to cards, and you've been around, well, longer than it would take, for ice to melt, really. That's kind of cool. Okay, so you're kind of doing something right.
Absolutely. We're having a lot of people who are actually coming to us as a solutions when it comes to card. We have a lot of people who comes to us whenever they're traveling. It's like a package. I must have my Vault card before I travel because I don't want to face any payment issues online or even when I'm traveling or in any country. And we've had a lot of good feedbacks and reviews from customers.
A fun thing when you do something like this, then something always happens, because when you went into this, you had an idea like, okay, this is the market. Then you go in, take a big chunk of the market, but then when you do that, and normally you don't consider it, but now you're changing the market, which of course then gives you knew challenges. So what's happened like in Sierra Leone after you entered the market?
There's quite a few major shifts actually. Like I said, we had a financial fragmented channel. So first we moved from a fragmented financial channel to a unified one, to a unified interface, one app where you can have your bank accounts, you can access your bank, you can access your mobile money, access your bill payments, and also both virtual and physical cards. Second is financial inclusion. We became more practical, like through Vault and mobile money, even people without smartphones are participating in this digital economy. And third, like we are seeing a real acceleration of cashless behavior, faster remittance, e-commerce, cross-border spending, and instant wallet to bank investment. And we've opened opportunities for businesses and to also enable their businesses to be out there in the internet world. Like not only do I only have a website, but now I can have a payment gateway that I can receive payment for my products and services.
Okay, cool. We're kind of out of time, so I'm gonna ask one question. It's for all of you, so we kind of have to go through everyone. If a project like this have, after it's released, you have different functionalities in the apps and in the back end. You have, you've changed how people live. You have done things, achieved things, and of course also during, the build, you do a lot of stuff. If you could pick like one single thing, whatever it is that's like closest to your heart that you look at and go like, yeah, I was part of that. What would that be? And Julia, let's start with you. Like from your perspective, like what's the coolest thing here?
I think like again, like seeing that we've got 500K users, right? It's in prod. And this is like, I mean, the biggest relief we do make life easy. We solve the problem. And I think that's we have built that, and that's kind of, we were there for Velmie and for Metro Cable initially.
Okay.
Yeah, like just seeing that it does work, right? It's not just stuck within the prototype. It does work. We've got real users, and we are solving the real problem for the development market. Not just, it's very important that it's developing market and we are there because we've got so many whistles for developed regions, but this is something literally life-changing. So I think this is the biggest thing to be the part of that. So
yeah, and a small comment on that, and I agree. Enabling someone in France get card number 5 feels less of a win than having someone make a payment without having to carry around cash from Struck. Okay, cool. Ahmed, your turn. What's the best thing? What's the coolest?
Honestly, so basically, I'll put it from two perspectives. I'll put it from a perspective of before becoming a Vault team, before becoming a member of Vault, I was a Vault client, right? I literally didn't step foot in bank for 9 months. Even till this day, I don't step foot to the bank, right? So not only did we just build an app, but we built like a national grade ecosystem, not in years, but in months, connecting banks, mobile money, and all the ecosystems, also enabling merchants and agents to both cash in and cash out. So we actually did solve a real problem. We solved problems not for real people, for instant remittance and enabling global payments.
So Vault should really charge their clients based on the amount of hours a week they save, but not having to go to the bank. Hey, you could actually charge them by you don't wear out your shoes as much if you're a Vault client. That's actually a good slogan. Okay. Sidetrack.
And just to add on it, like it is definitely the solution for your weekend transactions, right? We all know banks don't operate on the weekends, and most
promoting it. Is it a part of the promotion right now?
Yeah, actually, yeah, that's why we're doing actually promotions on the weekend for that. But yeah, like you said, most people, whenever it comes to their financials, they always do that on the weekends, right? And in most cases, most of Sierra Leoneans were not able to do that on the weekends, and we actually did provide a solution for that.
Okay, cool. Cyril, from your product perspective, what's the coolest thing?
I think it's the lifestyle, right? So we did not just build a product, we build a lifestyle for Sierra Leoneans. So it's amazing to see people just want to be part of the community. So it's not just, oh, let me get a banking app. Oh, I need to do a banking transaction. So that aside, the community is now grabbing the product itself like part and parcel of their life, right? I, you don't want to look left and you see someone using their Vault card or someone using their the Vault app to do transactions and you're left behind. So just because of that, you're like, hey, I also have Vault. So it just amazes me that people accepted it so well and it's doing the work that it's supposed to do as a solution. But yet still, it's not just it's more than a solution right now. It's becoming part and parcel of the people and we can't wait to get the whole team on board here on ground and the expansion should come later on. But yeah, that interests me more, that amazes me more that people actually like what they're using and they just feel happy being part of our project.
Okay, cool. Now that's it. And as per usual, it took more time than it should, but let's see if here. Yeah, someone's asking. There we go. Mrs. H has asked the question. It's kind of for everybody. A fintech that is preparing to launch a similar app, what would be your top recommendations? So, what kind of ideas or questions or whatever would you like to put in people's head that are kind of trying to do
go
this?
this one. I would say is for three key things, right? Clarity, partnership, and execution, right? First, be clear about the problem you're trying to solve, and also next is build strong partnerships, especially with banks, regulators, mobile money providers, and tech providers as well. And last but not least is execute fast but reasonable, right?
Okay.
So make sure you build a solid core product, integrate gradually and slowly, and design for both for both online and offline devices. And make sure when you launch fast and safe, and that's where you will see a real impact. So key three pillars will be clarity, strong partnership, and execution.
Perfect.
Let me
Cyril, anything you want to add? Oh, sorry, Julia.
Yeah, I want to
for
add.
it.
Actually, based on the research, it's a really interesting fact. But what is the key for the users? The UX UI. Yeah, more than safety, even they do care more how actually approachable the app is. So make sure you work on that part. How smooth the app is going to work. Of course, defining the priorities, but it's one of the keys to make sure it does work. So yeah, make sure
Okay.
you've got the budgeting for your design. It's important. I literally based on the research, that was the key for the users, which is fun at the same time. So yeah.
Yep. Cool. Cyril, anything you
Yeah.
want to add?
So like colleagues have mentioned, if you want to do something like this, you have to be specific. You have to know what problems you want to solve, right? And Ahmed listed it quite rightly. If you know what you want to do, you have the right tech partner, and goals are set, and you will definitely achieve it. So that is the same advice I'm giving to people out there. We are in the days now where you can dream, but not only dream, your dream can become into reality if you actually put the work and effort into it. That is what we did for Vault and more the product upcoming.
Okay, perfect. We have time for one really quick thing, and that is what's next. And Walt, let's start with you guys. like what's next for you? What's happening? What's cooking?
Yeah. So we've pretty much done the P2P, right? Users can do transactions on peer-based level, users to users, users to their bank accounts, etc. What we're targeting now, the upcoming financial year, is actually linking businesses now. So we want to get business users on board too. So as a business user, you should be able to receive funds and do your transaction as easily as a user could right now. So that is our target. Launching Vault for Business. It's also going to be a big one, but yet just the same way we did incorporate all these local rails to get users doing peer transactions easily, it is with the same goal that we're going to do for the business users. So they should be able to do their transactions with normal local vendors, with international vendors, cross-border transactions, XYZ. So that is where we're targeted as our next goal.
Okay. Ahmed, do you want to add something, or did Cyril do his job properly?
Yes, definitely did his job, and I will definitely add a few stuff as well. To add to what Cyril said, like we are not only just targeting businesses at the moment and corporates, but like I said earlier, we also bring in business online solutions for these businesses. In a sense, businesses at the moment currently they only do provide services and products nationally, right? So what we're trying to do is move most of these businesses online as well, and also provide for them payment gateways so they can also access international clients.
Okay, cool. Then let's schedule another one of these in 6 months, and let's see if I'm going to praise you or just yell at you and tell you to work faster. Because of course, if you get the business as well, that's going to make stuff so much easier for everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Julia, Velmie then. What is, and we really have like 20 seconds.
Yes.
What's happening with Velmie? Are we still going to do the same next year, or are we going to start building cars instead?
Well, when it comes to Velmie and us, we keep going, we keep rolling, we keep supporting. When it comes to us, well, we never know, but of course we're within the same. We're within the same domain, and we are there for you. Anyone that wants to build digital wallet, neobank, or whatever you need within the fintech domain or whatever domain that you've got in mind. So, but of course, we're experts there. So please don't hesitate to contact Carl, me, and we're gonna make it happen. Okay? So yeah, we're
Cool.
there.
Let me add one thing there, Julia.
Please.
You kind of said it already, but just to make it clear, if you need like our help, because me and Julia, we've been doing this for a very long time, and what's like most heartbreaking is that we get so many people that calls us and say, so I got 2 million financing to do that, and then I try to do it this way. Now I have $22 and a hamburger left. Like, what can you do? So before you make any rash decisions in this business, just call us, ask. We'll happy to have a conversation, give you some advice, and then later on, if you want to build it or not, I mean, you don't need to use our techies. I mean, we have great techies, but what's valuable is the advice we can give, and we give a lot of it for free. Like, we're not going to charge you like a lawyer with a timer there.
If you call us, don't worry. Yes.
Yeah, I'll get one of those phone numbers that cost $19 a minute. No, but I mean, seriously, like, don't take a chance, because if you look at the guys here, like they've made it. Like, it's a dream come true when this works. And the people out there with these like really good ideas, they're good ideas, they can come true. You just need to be careful with the execution, and the smallest thing will derail you. Cyril, Ahmed, they know what they're doing. So I mean, you should actually call them and ask, and not bother me. But no, but seriously, like, be careful out there, plan, and like Ahmed said, I mean, solid foundation, the right partnerships and everything. It's so important. Do that, and next time we'll present your success here.
Thank you
Thanks,
so much.
everybody.
Thanks.
Have a great day. Talk to you all
Thank
soon
you
again.
then.
Have a good
Bye-bye.
weekend as well.
Cheers.
Bye
Cheers.
bye.
Bye.
Thank you.